Good morning, friends. This morning, I'm going to be chatting to you about something that is very close to my heart. It's a book that really helped me reframe the way I look at things in life, and it is called The Four Agreements. We are all dealing with our own demons. We are all dealing with our own wounds. It's okay. You're allowed. You're so allowed. So what I'd like you to the invitation here is that you show up as your best self. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. You know, when you read a book and it just absolutely changes your life, it's one of those books that just assists you in reframing things in a really beautiful and profound way. Good morning, friends. This morning, I'm going to be chatting to you about something that is very close to my heart. It's a book that really helped me reframe the way I look at things in life, and it is called The Four Agreements. I know that a lot of you are tuning in from Instagram and some of you are tuning in from Facebook, and so I'm trying to have the eye focus to look at all of you, and please forgive me if I don't say hello to absolutely everyone, but I can see that you guys are tuning in and you are present in the live feed, which is absolutely great. And where are you coming in to this from? Are you in South Africa? Are you in the UK? Are you in Australia? Let me know. I love to know where all of my guests are tuning in from so that I acknowledge the global community that we have created here on Thrive. So the four agreements, I can see you, Jose Durban. How do I say your name? Jose? Is it Jose? Let me know. Helmi, I see you. Dijon, I see you. Welcome, guys. I am looking on Facebook and Instagram, so please excuse me if my eye line jumps around a little bit, but I've got my phone here so that I can follow you guys on Facebook, and then I've got my Instagram that I've now propped up in front of me so that I can try and focus there, and it's recording through there to Facebook as well. Wendy, good morning. East London, Joburg, Ghana, Edward, welcome. Andiswe, welcome, guys. So lovely to have you all online with me today. Roland, welcome. So, you know, when you read a book and it just absolutely changes your life, it's one of those books that just assists you in reframing things in a really beautiful and profound way. Well, that happened to me with Don Miguel Ruiz book, The Four Agreements. And that's why I wanted to chat to you about it today, because I think that it is a book that everybody should read. And I did get your comments, so please don't think that I didn't get your comments. I've had a lot of comments requesting some shadow work, which we will get onto. But I think that we need to balance the light and the struggle with some joy. And I really do think that The Four Agreements is a book that is written to help promote and create joy. And what I've decided as well is that, you know, we're doing our meditation every morning. Well, there is a beautiful meditation that is free online, and it is 21 days of abundance. And I'm going to do that with you guys every day, because I thought, what a brilliant way of just bringing some beautiful abundance into your life. That will be absolutely fantastic. And I see that the maximum length is sort of 15 and a half minutes. And you can do this on your own time as well, of course. But when we have our meditation time, if we don't have a healing going on, that's what I'm going to do with you guys going forward. Hi, Roderick. Hi, Calvo. Welcome, guys. Hi, Sonia. Welcome. All right. So the 4 agreements came to me. Krisha, hello. The 4 agreements came to me many years ago, actually. And the first one, be impeccable with your word. What does that mean to be impeccable with your word? What do you guys think that it means to be impeccable with your word? For me, it's speaking with integrity. Having integrity in what you say, in what you promise to do, and then delivering on that, being impeccable with your word. And it's quite hard, actually, guys. Don't you think? Like, so often we'll say something and we'll have the best intentions and life gets in the way. Being impeccable with your word can sometimes be extremely challenging. But what it does is if you make that agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, not only to others, but to yourself as well, you will choose what you're going to commit to with more clarity and more integrity. And that is the key. So honoring your word. Yes, Krisha, I think honoring your word is so much what I'm talking about. Be impeccable with your word. Say only what you mean, only actually saying what you mean. So, for instance, I always think it's fantastic to compliment people. I think it's great to compliment people, but it has to come from a place of integrity. It has to come from a place of truth. Otherwise, it's falls short. You know, they teach this a lot in these groups where they do rapport and how to build rapport with someone. And they say, give a compliment. But you will see that if you're doing it purely to just give a compliment, it's going to fall short. So find something that is truthful and then say it. Then you'll actually start building rapport and you'll see the shift. It's a huge energetic shift. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. That is also being impeccable with your word. Only speaking words from a place of love, kindness, and compassion for yourself and everybody else. That's a big one as well, because so many of us are so hard on ourselves. We beat ourselves up. We would never speak to friends the way we speak to ourselves. And yet we are very hard on ourselves. So that's also a very, very important one. And then the last one, use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So something I love, and I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but do you know why they call it spelling when you spell a word? It's because words are like spells. They are energy and vibration. And when you spell something, when you say something, it's literally creating a spell. And I really love that. So if you keep that in mind and you understand that all of your words are like spells out to the universe, you're creating very specific energies and vibrations, then you will be more conscious of what spells you're putting out into the world, because whatever you say is then out there, and whatever is out there, it will attract. Think of it that way. So I really, really love that. Have you guys ever thought of it in that way? Hi, Penny. Welcome. Hello, my Nini. Welcome as well. I see lots of new people joining in. That's so fantastic. So for me, that is wonderful. Be impeccable with your word. If I've missed anything, tell me, guys. Anything you'd like to add? I love collaborating. I love this space because you guys and we always have a conversation within this space. So I'm excited about it today. Don't take anything personally. That's the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. That is so important because so many of us make up stories because somebody is grumpy when they meet us, or, you know, and we take it so personally because we think it is us, but it's not. Nothing others do is because of you. They are living their reality. They are dealing with all of their pains and wounds and everything that is going on for them. And you need to remember that. One of the best examples of this for me was I was late for an audition back when I used to act way, like really when I was like amazing, like really long ago. And I zooted into Rosebank parking lot because there was a casting agent upstairs there. And I saw a parking space and I jumped in the parking space. And as I was getting out the car, this very angry woman came up to me and she was like, "You took my parking space." And I said, "Did I? I'm so sorry. I didn't even see you there." She said, "You did. You took my parking space. And it's just so rude." And I said, "I'm so sorry. I honestly did not see you there. I really apologize." And she said, "Well, I've parked now, but you should really," and she just laid into me. And all of a sudden, she was telling me how ugly my hair was and how she thought I was a disgusting person and this and then next thing. Me being this little 23-year-old, I just started crying. I felt terrible. I said, "I'm so sorry. I'll happily move." I felt really awful. I cleaned myself up, went to my casting, came back. And while I was sitting waiting for my casting, I had time to just think about it. And I came back and I wrote her a note and I said, because I saw where she parked, she stormed off there. And I wrote her a note and I said, "I'm so sorry you're having such a terrible day. I hope that it improves." Because I realized that all of that stuff that she came to me with had nothing to do with me. I was just going about my day. She wasn't even near my parking spot. I didn't see her anywhere near my parking spot. She had obviously spotted it from somewhere, gunned for it, and I'd gotten there first. And because she was not there when I arrived, but she was having such a bad day. She was hurting and upset and unsettled about other things. And so when the opportunity arose for her to offload, that's what she did. And I just happened to be there at the time. And so I just covered her in light and love. And I forgave her because we all have those moments where we behave in ways that we wish we hadn't behaved. And so it is about finding compassion for that person. Found compassion for her. I apologized and I released and I just left it because that was her stuff. It wasn't mine. It's so important not to carry other people's stuff. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. Is exactly what I was just saying now. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Does that all make sense, guys? Let me know if you've had an experience like that, if you can associate with that. Both sides, because remember, as within, so without. And so if you've been on the receiving end, you've definitely been on the giving end at some point as well. None of us are perfect. Don't make assumptions. So that also, I mean, it links so strongly with don't take things personally. But how many of us make assumptions? How many of us see a friend or a family member or a colleague or whatever it is, and there's something going on, and we're all sensitive to energy. We're all empaths in varying degrees. So there's something going on, and you can feel it, but you don't know what it is. But what do as human beings? We start building stories, don't we? So we start building stories and stories and stories and stories. Did I do this? When did I? Oh, maybe I upset them because of this. And your brain starts creating all of these stories. I have a friend who broke up with his girlfriend, but they lived on the same property. And every night she was home straight after work at 4:00. She would come home and she would chill and he would see her car drive in and then he would see her there. And then the one day her car didn't come home. And he got home and he was like, oh, what's going on? Is she with another guy? What is happening? And by 6:00, her car was still not home. And by 7:00, her car was still not home. And by 8:00, he was picturing her out on this hot date with this gorgeous man. And they were laughing and having fun and flirting and drinking wine. And by 12:00, he was pacing back and forth. Still no car outside. Next day, he saw her coming home and he went and he said, "Where were you last night?" And she said, "Oh, I stayed at my mom. My car needed to be serviced, so I stayed at my mom last night." Why? He had caused himself an entire evening, a night of agony because he had built a story up in his head. Now, how many of us do this all the time? We do it all the time. Don't make assumptions. Communicate. If you're thinking that something is happening and you're not sure about it, just communicate. Go. And it's difficult, I know, because you have to be vulnerable when you communicate. But just say, "Hi, this is how I'm feeling. I just wanted to check if everything's okay." And I always say that, when we communicate, one of the ways that really assists in any possibly heated situation is if you greet that person with gratitude for who they are, bring up the issue, and then thank them again with gratitude for who they are. So you'll affirm them in some way. "Hi, my love. I'm so grateful for all that you do. I do have this thing that has been bothering me. I'd really love us to talk about it because you are so special to me." Does that make sense? So that it's a really nice way, because then you're coming to it from a place of wanting to sort something out and not from a place of attack. And when we come from a place of attack, havoc. If we come from a place of true wanting to sort something out, it's much easier to resolve these things. Christoph, I do see you. PG, I do see you. Sunil, Wendy, Elizabeth, hi. Welcome, everybody. I do see you guys. So don't make assumptions. With this agreement alone, you can completely transform your life. Communicate clearly so that you just remove misunderstandings. And I know that I've had friends, Swedish people are quite direct. And at first it was like a bit abrupt for me, that I had the Swedish friend and she's so like, just, this is the way it is. It's just matter of fact. And at first for me, coming from South Africa, I'm sure the South Africans online will agree, you kind of like a little bit more, okay, and you tiptoe around things a little bit more. They're just direct, but actually it's great because then there aren't any misunderstandings. And if there are any misunderstandings, then you sort it out really quickly and it's done. So I actually really, really appreciate that about her now. Okay. And then the last agreement is do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment, from day to day, depending on where you are emotionally, physically, psychologically. It's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Now, when I say always do your best, this comes with a huge amount of compassion for who you are, for what you're doing, and how you do it. Because we are all fighting our own fights. We are all dealing with our own demons. We are all dealing with our own wounds. It's okay. You're allowed. You're so, so, so allowed. So what I'd like you to the invitation here is that you show up as your best self. So you picture what is the ultimate version of who I can be. Who is that person? How do they behave? How do they speak? What do they do in life? How do they handle conflict? How do they handle friendships? How do they cultivate good habits? Who is this person and what do they look like? And whenever you are in a moment where you go, "Oh, I don't feel like doing this," we all have them all the time. You think, okay, well, I don't feel like dealing with this. You think, okay, what would my highest self do in this moment? What would they do in this moment? And then you do that. And they say that one of the biggest differences between successful people and unsuccessful people, do you know what it is? Is that successful people take action even when they don't feel like taking action. Just that. Simple, 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 tiny little thing. So that is my invitation to you. Do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. Remember, remember, remember. Under any circumstances, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And this is true because if you look back on those moments where you go, oh, I should have done that. It's just like it's a waste of time. I don't believe in self-judgment. I don't believe in the guilt trip. I don't believe in any of those things. I don't think we should be doing them to ourselves. So I encourage you to do your best and then surrender to the outcome. So my fifth agreement that I'm adding to this is surrender to the outcome. So if you've done all of those things, don't be attached to what it's going to look like on the other side, because life will always bring you exactly what you need. And I don't know if you guys have watched Under the Tuscan Sun, but it was a beautiful film. I really, really loved it. And in the film, she gets divorced. Her life falls apart. She gets divorced and she loses all her money. She loses her job. Like, it's just like this clamoring of so many things. And then she decides to go on one of these Kentucky trips with a bunch of strangers to Italy. And off she goes. And as she's going through this countryside, they stop for a bathroom break or something like that. And there's this old villa and it's for sale. And for some reason, she just wanders in. And then she looks around and starts dreaming. And then she sees this old lady sitting there who's selling the villa. And she just goes and starts speaking to her, and the old lady can't understand a word she's saying. But she says, I don't think I can afford this, but I have this feeling that maybe I should try. And she says, this is all I can afford. And she writes down the number, and she says to the guy, to the sales agent, she says, that's all I can afford. And there is a wealthy couple in the house and they're wanting it. And the little old lady says no to the other couple, and she sells her the house. And then the agent says to her, why are you buying this house? Why would you do that? And she says, because I picture a family living here. I picture love existing in these worlds, maybe a wedding, laughter. And it's so beautiful because she's created this image of what her life is going to be in this dilapidated old villa. And at the end of the movie, there is a wedding. I'm not going to tell you everything, but there is a wedding and there is a family. And he comes to her and he says, look, madame, your dream has come true. And she says, what do you mean? And he says, look, there's a wedding. And there's a family that lives here. And there's love that exists within these walls. And the interesting thing is that she hasn't married anyone, but there is a family, her family, that's living there in a completely different way. She's not in the wedding, but there is a beautiful wedding happening at her home. And the place is filled with love and laughter. And so I love that story because we always get what we need and what we want. It just sometimes presents itself not in the way that we thought it would present itself. So I want you to keep that in mind. And when you are creating the image of your life, be precise. Be very, very, very specific about what it is that you want in your life. Very specific. And then when something doesn't turn out the way you kind of wanted it to, add to that vision. Don't scratch it out. Don't throw it away. Add to it. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Actually, that would be a nice thing to add. That would be a nice thing to add. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I've got a few minutes, so if any of you want to ask any questions, please do so now. And then I'm going to do my normal howl. As most of you know, 11 o'clock in South Africa, that's GMT +2, is the time that the most people are awake in the whole world. And so what I've been encouraging people to do is howl and say thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times, just to show gratitude. I know that different people are doing this every day in different places in the world. And then I'm encouraging people to do a meditation, to go into a meditation. Or even just, if you're not somebody who likes to meditate, but just hold the thought, the emotion, the vibration of healing, of love, of peace, of ease in this world at 11 o'clock. Just to raise the vibration, because we're in desperate need of raising the vibration at the moment. So that is my invitation to you. And what I've decided to do is I've decided to do the 21 days I'm just going to move this to the side for a minute, 21 days of abundance meditation, because abundance, there we go. Because we have been saying that we are meditating every day, and it is quite a lot for me to be doing it every day. Deepak Chopra has this beautiful meditation that he has created that is absolutely free. You guys can find it online. And day 1, today I behold the abundance that surrounds me. It's absolutely beautiful, this meditation. And so I'm going to do that with you guys every day, and you'll have to do the days in between, but on weekends when I'm not with you. But that is the meditation that I am going to do with you. So the one question that came up is shadow work. A lot of you are wanting me to delve into shadow work. I wanted to also get some feedback from you guys as to if there's anything else, because that is the strongest one that's come up is shadow work. So obviously a lot of people are dealing with that. So I will, next week, Monday, we'll be speaking about shadow work. What is shadow work? I'll maybe give you a few things that you can use if you want to just get going on your journey of shadow work. Yes, I absolutely can share the link, but if you just Google 21 days of abundance, Deepak Chopra, then it's free. It's absolutely free. So it's on YouTube, and you can watch it anytime that you want. So next week, Monday, we'll do shadow work, but today we're going to start with Deepak Chopra's 21 days of abundance. And as I said, the first day, today I behold the abundance that surrounds me. I love that. I think that is such an important thing for us to realize, that we are living in this beautiful, unlimited universe. I mean, my boyfriend and I were watching, he was showing me these documentaries on space last night, and constellations, and how tiny our Earth planet is. And not only how tiny our Earth planet is, but our sun is just one star. All of those billions of stars that you can't even count are suns. And they've all got planets, and they've all got moons. All of them. Did you guys know this? I can't believe I'm only knowing this now. I did not know that. This is not what we got taught when I was at school. Each little star is a sun, like our sun, and has its own planets and its own little system. That for me was amazing. And also just the thought that if that is the case, there has to be other life out there. There has to be, right? What do you guys think? I think you'll agree. Okay, it's 10:59. Let's howl and say thank you, thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing. I hope you guys are doing it as well and spreading this message far and wide. Okay, let's settle in. Find a quiet space, turn off your phones, and enjoy Deepak Chopra.
Welcome to day 1. Welcome to the Chopra Center 21-day meditation challenge, Creating Abundance. We are very happy you've decided to embark on this journey into stillness and silence to experience authentic abundance consciousness. Over the next 3 weeks, we'll focus on different aspects of abundance. In our first week, Preparing for Abundance, we'll consider the promise of unlimited potential. During this time, we learn what true abundance is, the infinite source from which it springs, how consciousness and the mind affect its flow, and how we can more deeply understand that abundance is a divine right bestowed upon each and every one of us. During our second week, we'll show how abundance relates to the 7 spiritual laws of success, beginning with the law of pure potentiality. What exactly is possible? And ending with the law of dharma, how to increase abundance in our lives by serving humanity with our unique skills and talents. In our third week, we'll contemplate the practical aspects of abundance through living in abundance, our natural state of being. During this time, we'll explore the concept of synchrodestiny, consciously manifesting our destinies by harnessing the power of intention and meaningful coincidence. We'll also discuss the importance of living gratefully in a manner that is carefree and with love and in unity to create an environment of abundance around us. So as we begin, let's ask ourselves, what is true abundance? True abundance is the experience in which all our needs are easily met and our desires spontaneously fulfilled. We know true abundance when we feel joy, health, happiness, a sense of purpose and vitality in every moment of our existence. An overflowing fullness that infuses every facet of our lives. We never need to seek abundance. We simply need to notice and open up to what's already there and allow the bounty of the universe to flow through us. Each of us experiences abundance every day. In the unbounded joy of a child, the bright sunlight that fills the room as you open your eyes to a new morning, the many friends and family who are always there for you. Nature too reflects abundance in all its glory. Vibrant fields of wildflowers, majestic mountain peaks, lush and fragrant forests, and the rich array of wildlife that thrives on our planet. All these gifts that nature presents to us at every moment are examples of true abundance. It is impossible to count the grains of sand in 1 inch of the shore or the twinkling stars that fill our night sky. Even our own bodies, composed of the same molecules that make up the entire universe, contain billions of cells. In nature, in the universe, and even within us, there is no such thing as scarcity or lack. Now that you possess this knowledge, you can embrace the concept of unlimited abundance, knowing that the desires of your heart are always available, provided you're open to receiving them and sharing your gifts with the world. At some point today, take time to witness examples of abundance within and all around you. You will see the myriad riches the universe offers us in every moment and begin to experience true abundance consciousness. As we prepare to meditate together, let's spend a moment focusing on today's centering thought. Today, I behold all the abundance that surrounds me. Today, I behold all the abundance that surrounds me. Now we'll begin our meditation to connect with the source from which all abundance flows. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap, palms upward, and closing your eyes. In this moment, go within, to that place of inner quiet where we experience our connection to the higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Now, gently introduce the mantra, repeating it mentally and allowing it to flow with effortless ease. So, hum. So, hum. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to mentally repeating the mantra. So, hum. Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time, and at the end, you'll hear me ring a soft bell to indicate it's time to release the mantra. So, hum. So, hum. Now silently, in the mind. It's time to release the mantra. Please bring your awareness back into your body. Take a moment to rest, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, carry this new understanding of true abundance within you, reminding yourself of today's centering thought. Today, I behold all the abundance that surrounds me. Today, I behold all the abundance that surrounds me. Today, I behold all the abundance that surrounds me. Namaste.
Today, I behold all of the abundance that surrounds me. It's so, so, so incredibly beautiful. So that is Deepak Chopra's 21-day abundance meditation, and it takes you on a journey. I will put the link there, but you guys can also just Google it. It's absolutely free, 21 Days of Abundance with Deepak Chopra. And I think that it would be a wonderful journey for us to take together. I did realize that I was just sitting there meditating in front of you. So I will put a candle or something in front of you, or put my little Buddha in front of you or something like that next time. But yeah, I'm so glad. I see that people are saying that was an amazing, great. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love and light to you all. And please do give me feedback if there's any specific topics that you want me to talk about. Okay, bye for now.